Oi oi. You've been demoted to master. No. Oh well. First playing tomorrow. We are first playing tomorrow anyways. What up, lonely but happy? Good morning, good morning. Hi TNDD. Good morning, Protofo. Good morning, good morning. How you all doing? That is a lot of eggs and chest, yeah. It's the main account. I just don't really open any of the things. And you get so much free shit thrown at you actually over the years. Riven support good? I don't think so, no. I don't see what matchup Riven support would win in. You're doing good, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. That is good to hear. I'm so excited for next patch. So mega excited for next patch. Tomorrow, chat. Tomorrow is the next patch. I cannot wait. Good morning. What about Situ support? Sejuani support can be fine, especially if paired with something like Sejuani AD carry, or maybe Nyla AD carry. I think it can be fine with those matchups. I don't think I decay today, right? I still have a few days. Yes, sir. Start playing tomorrow. Probably need like 1200. It might climb even more than 70 LP. Wonder. I want, as the title kinda showcases a bit, I want to do a bit different stream. I don't want to sit and play. I want to do free coaching, free classrooms. But the answer I was looking for is I would join the classroom. You don't have to join the classroom if you don't want to. It's completely free. I just want to do something different. Instead of just me sitting and playing the game, I actually want to give a bit back. Do some content where I actually just sit and help all of you guys in the chat. Do free coaching, do free classrooms. Just doesn't feel rewarding at the moment. I think it's gonna be better already tomorrow. The meta is not very favoring for Thresh right now, I would say. Right? I think it's gonna be better instantly tomorrow, with Warmong being basically removed from the game, right? And Senna Seraphine also getting Giga nerfed, which are like very hard matchups for Seraphine. I'm doing good, Psydark. I'm doing good. And hello, Lord Coffee Table. Hello, hello. Just, I want to do this, and the way I want to do it is basically just, I've held classrooms before where it's costed money, but I don't want to have, like, this is just kinda, I wanted to stream today, but I didn't want to play today because League is probably first fun tomorrow. So my idea was that we could spend the time just actually teaching each other a lot of things. What I need from you guys is basically just knowledge about what would you find the most helpful. Like, what do you struggle with? What would you love to know more about? What would you talk about? I'm also super interested in going over your VODs. I just will not go on calls with you because it will be open coaching, or I'll be coaching the entire stream instead of just one person, meaning that it would be held as a classroom setting where I open the VOD, I sit and talk about things, I'll ask people questions, and I'm not gonna go forward until the questions is answered, and then we can go into if that question, if the answer was right or wrong, why it was wrong, what is the right thing, what we should be doing, and all these things. That's kind of my thought process right here, and I don't know how that sounds for all of you. I have no idea if that sounds like something that you want to be part of, or if you're actually just more interested in being entertained and watching gameplay and stuff like that. Because I know it's very different, right? I know it's very, very different. A lot of people just watch League of Legends to probably entertain them because they think it's fun to watch. And I'm just not gonna offer that today. I'm gonna offer that tomorrow. But my hope is that some people are at least interested in learning more about the game. You take the free coaching. I'm doing good, Easy Club. It's good to see you. Like to learn more consistency in high elo. I'm jumping in and out of Challenger currently in NA, and I would like the opinion of a consistent Challenger player. My opinion about why you're jumping up and down? Or what exactly? You watch League streamers to get better, and then you're the right place right now today at least. Positioning late, mid-late game, and in team fight. How to know where to prioritize the ult, something like that. So is that from a bad perspective, or what perspective is that looking from? Hey, yo. Right now I'm just waiting to have the stream a bit further in real perspective. What does that mean? When should I ult someone? Oh, that's such a good question with such a broad answer, right? Because there's so many different situations that will give you so many different answers. So it's a twofold answer, okay? First answer is very simple. It comes with experience. You will know by failing. One of the biggest advices I can ever give about bard ult is that you should never be afraid of fucking up. What you should be afraid of is actually not allowing yourself to fuck up. Because if you don't allow yourself to fuck up, you don't allow yourself to get better. Then the second answer to that question is you never ult someone that isn't on the same screen as bard. You never ult someone that's already getting targeted by your teammates. And you never ult someone that have any type of dashes or stuff like that up. Is StreamBots available? Yeah, the bot will stay up for 30 days. Easy clap if that's what you're asking about. I'm struggling a lot with the laning phase on Bard, Diamond player. I feel like when I play on Emerald, I can punish way more. So you're probably better than the Emerald players, and that's why you can punish a lot more. But Diamond is the really low you are, so you kind of maybe not struggle, but you are not able to just run over them. Your micro has been falling off lately. Have you playing a lot with the Warmong build, Protofo? Doing mostly cosmic? Okay. So my thought process here was that you fucked up your micro because you got too used to Warmong, which is a super forgiving item that allows you to fuck up over and over and over. Sometimes log it? I think that's fine. If you're doing cosmic, you oftentimes get log it secondary as well, right? Laning phase, there's moments where I feel useless and literally can't back or roam because the waves just ping pong. Today's last day to play Fleet. It pretty much is, yeah. Let's see. You didn't have to redeem, but let's go over it. It's a good match history. That's decent win rate on the champion you're playing. Execute into ranged, that's good. Execute into Rakan, that's fine as well since it's you have Ezreal. Yeah, we're probably gonna execute that as well. Execute into Braum, I would do that as well. This is why you basically changed, so you have not played with the Guardian rune phase yet. To the Mossy build, yeah. The Warmong build is way more forgiving and way easier to play, but have a way lower skill ceiling. Your KP is looking fine in majority of the games as well. The itemization is looking fine. That's not really anything to talk about. It's textbook, right? off of the guide at least I've posted. Okay, well, honestly, let's just get started. Raise your hand if you have a game you want me to go over where you're willing to give me your account name and hashtag so I can jump into it via match history here and go over it. And then we just see of how many we can go through and answer as many questions as I possibly can as well. Is there an item similar to Radiant Virtue? Locket. Locket is the closest item to Redemption when it comes to the stats it gives and stuff like that. It's pretty much gonna be first come first serve, by the way. I can't really do it more fair than that, I think. I need more information than just I got one. I need account name with the hashtag and what game you want to go over. I can't use the OPG to go over it anyways. Oh, you got fucking timed out. You should not get timed out. Nightbot is just being cruel. Like, I need information just like Psyduck basically gave, right? You see how he posted the account name, and he also posted the score of the game. So I know, so I just go into the match history, as you see it here. And then I just look for the score, 4, 10, 17. And then we all realize that there is no such score as 4, 10, 17. 4, 10, 17. Yeah, no. Let's see, Grok. Grok was the next person. 3, 4, 12 lost. 3, 4, 12. There we go. Le Epic Band. Guess there's no reason to really have music for this. It's a Diamond 1 game. Quite high elo. There's a lot of high elo people asking questions right now. Alright, Grog, tell me a bit about this. Oh, you're playing into Sarah Seraphine, you're gonna get fisted. You're gonna get fisted. You're looking at a different account? Yeah. Wah wah, Psyduck. Now you lose out on at least a possible bot review. Shit happens. Outrange, sadly. Yeah, so what we need to do here is we need to play a lot in the brushes. So, and we would want to see if we can get any type of tease. So I would either try to get Xayah in here or Xayah in here before laning phase even starts to see if we can get some type of chunk damage on them before they even enter the lane. Conqueror Seraphine has to be a misclick, by the way. I think I'm gonna record these sessions and upload them for free to Patreon as well. For free, so people can like rewatch them in the future. Let's see here. So I'm gonna have it on 2, so we don't spend like 1 hour on each bot. So already by now, we don't have lane control, right? We actually phase take into them, and we are the ones that get chunked. So already at this point, Mr. Greg, you have you're playing uphill, right? So you misunderstood the game plan. You didn't communicate your game plan with the Xayah. There's no pings, no intention of what you want to do. And now you're already low HP. You've already popped one of your potions. The entire lane is gonna be shit from now on. So yeah, betchy. It's a bad start. And I hope you recognize why. at this point, you already have to change your mindset. You're no longer gonna win the 2v2, right? You're stronger level 1, but your level 1 is now done, right? Because you took a bad trade. So now you want it to push into you, so you can just let Saya reset, farm freely, and you look to get a reset around level 3, where you're gonna roam top lane or mid lane to see if you can get a kill at that point. So that's your next objective now. Let it push into Saya so you can free farm. You get like 400 gold before you reset so you can buy a book or something like that. And then you look to roam either top lane or mid lane, depending on how the lanes look. You might also just roam so they can get a proper reset off. That's a lot of possibilities. So that's already what we should be our next move now, since we fucked up the first move, right? My positioning good? No, your positioning is not good. Yeah. Which also you can see by you constantly getting harassed, right? Getting hit by the Qs, getting hit by, like, everything, basically, right? And now you have a very bad reset. You can't buy anything, you don't have portal. You're not gonna be able to really roam, since you don't have anything. Continuously playing through bot lane is only gonna hurt you in a game like this. So they don't care about killing you guys. They scale off of time, right? So the more time you get them to free scale, the worse. Your idea here is that these two free scales, you can't punish it anymore because you fucked up level 1, is to make sure that the other 3 people here gets put behind your teammates over here. So you need to start playing through your jungler to enable your mid and top laner as much as possible. If you continuously play through bot lane, you're playing into their win con, which will instantly, well, automatically lose you the game, even if you don't die, and you only have these semi-bad resets. Does everyone follow with that, chat? You should not be playing for kills. So they also make mistakes, by the way. Diego's doing good. He actually gained top lane. This is where you needed to be, by the way, when I set the level 3 into reset. If you had done this, you would have been up here as well. And you would have been part of it, and it would have been a way better kill. Welcome back, Ladvi. Wish you a wonderful day. You too, pleasure, Kuga. Trying to steal this. You got it. That's great. Could that be applied to every support? If enemy just needs time to... Well, it depends, right? It depends on what support you're playing as well. Because if you like scaling as well, you like the time going on, then you're fine with doing that as well, right? Then it really comes down to who's better at warding and who's better at playing mid-game. Luckily for everyone, by the way, this lane, Seraphine Senna, which is completely overpowered, and it's very hard to win into even if you're playing correctly, is getting nerfed tomorrow. Both Senna and Seraphine are getting big nerfs. So that's the good thing, but we can see this bot player is not able to adapt to a different playstyle, and it's gonna fuck him over. We need to see him roam a lot more. We need to see him open up the map a lot more, instead of just playing towards bot lane. Because we have to ask ourselves this simple question every time we go into the lane. Am I making a difference in this lane? Can my AD carry farm easier because I'm here? Are we getting any type of gold lead because I'm here? Or am I in reality just here to use my own support stacks and get experience? If your answer really is that you're just here for experience and gold, then you could be getting that somewhere else where you would have a bigger impact. The only reason we should be bot lane at any point is because Saya can't farm. Luckily, we're playing against a Senna Seraphine that are guaranteed to push because Seraphine's Q is AoE, so she can never really hold a freeze unless she's not willing to use any of her abilities, which means that she's not gonna stack her tier item really that way, right? So it's quite easy for Saya to always be 1v2 because they don't have a lane that can dive the Saya. Saya is extremely good at 1v2ing on the turret. So we are playing into WinCon still, and we are only fucking up our own AD carry as well. So we have been making consistent mistakes since level 1 by not fully understanding the needs of the team. Are you following so far, Yabechi? Great gameplay up here. As I said earlier, going with your jungle to open up the lanes. Should I usually roam at level 3? No, this all comes down to what happened level 1. If you weren't here level 1, then the session is getting recorded and will be uploaded for free to Patreon. And I'm gonna say that again, because a lot of people hear Patreon and instantly like, it's hidden behind a paywall. No. It's gonna be free for all members, meaning that you can join as a free member, and the free members will be able to see those sessions as well. If enemy has 6 of Vega but same, right? Yes. Same. Also, if you have Vega or 6, because they can farm very safely. Like, we can see the game plan here for the bot is, for me to win, I have to kill this bot lane. But that's never gonna work anymore. It's never gonna work anymore. You never win off of killing them at this point. You win by getting your solo laner so far ahead that you can play split pushing and side lanes, and then from side lanes into winning. Instead, we're playing into that win con, and we can see how it's just fisting us, right? What is the definition of insanity, chat? It's a good double stun. You get 2 kills, which is great. But doing the same thing over and over and expecting the result to change exactly. Do us killing Senna Seraphine in this position do anything? Do they get denied anything, really? You get gold, but are they weaker? Did we deny them experience at levels, really, doing this kill? Or had they crashed the wave already? Or will they go back? The issue here is, this can kind of be tied back to the way Baus plays the game as well. I think that's a good way to explain this, right? Because a lot of people are gonna see that you just double killed them and you got dragon, right? And in what world is this a bad thing? And that's why the confusion kind of comes in here, right? Senna Seraphine had already crashed the wave. Senna Seraphine had already farmed the wave. They lost 2 minions to get killed here, so they didn't lose any gold. They didn't lose any experience, so their scaling was never delayed. So you have to ask yourselves, is the 900 gold you gained by double killing gonna outweigh the amount of scaling they will have later on in the game? If you feel like you will be able to do that, then I think it's fine. But I don't see any world where you and Ego and Saya are getting these kills will actually start snowballing. I see a world where getting Tryndamere to the point where he can just auto-win split pushing, where they're forced to send 2-3 members to stop him, will benefit you a lot more. Or getting Katarina a lead over the Lucian to the point where she can start snowballing. It's what you're starting to do now. By being mid lane now, right? But at this point it's already a bit too late. So the same thought process Baus has, where it's okay for him to die as long as he crashes the wave, as long as he gets plating, and as long as he doesn't lose any golden experience by dying. Then he does not care how much gold the enemy team gets by him getting killed, because he believes that his champion scale well enough to outweigh the amount of gold he gives the enemy team. So if they're playing champions that scale incredibly well, doing what we're doing here does not give us the win. It just gives us a false sense of security. Is everyone following here? As he told me, it all makes sense so far. Good. My girlfriend is calling, so we're gonna click a quick pause and I'm gonna mute the microphone. Sorry about that. I had called my girlfriend earlier. I thought it was a lunch break, so... Alright, where were we? Right. The definition of insanity, right? So it's quite obvious to this point what Bart should have been doing this game, but what he hasn't been doing. He is... Every time he bases, he does this, right? He bases and goes bot lane. Look at where Sire is. Is Bart gonna make a difference in this lane? Again. Is he gonna be able to give him more CS? Is he gonna be able to deny CS? Or is he just here to watch the wave die? You got the kill, but she killed all minions but 2 minions. She has TP up, so by the time this wave crashes, she just TPs back to the wave. You don't gain anything besides the gold. You see? They're still gonna be able to crash it. They still have a minion wave. Doesn't change anything. This kill might change a lot though. This is one of those kills that are very good because you didn't kill the minion waves. Now you have a minion wave and you can get gold. You should be aiming, as I've been mentioning plenty of times, you should be aiming to play for Tryndamere or play for Katarina so you can play through side lanes when it comes to mid game. Because if we look at these two team comps, which team comp wins the 5v5? If we just look at red team and we look at blue team, who of them wins the team fights, 5v5? We hard lose 5v5s. So how do we play around the fact that we know we hard lose 5v5? If we know we will lose 5v5, what do we have to do before we take any team fights? Divide and conquer. It's a good way of saying play through side lanes. Split push especially with Trynd top or pick on the side lane. And how do we do that if our Tryndamere or Katarina is not stronger than their opponent? You see now, it's good that you see it, and we need everyone to be able to see it. This is not just for you, it's for everyone. You need to make sure everyone follows it. Helping them. Helping them, who? Katarina, Tryndamere, Echo, Sire? Who do we need to help? Playing top, does that generally mean hover top and go for players if possible? It can mean a lot of things. It can mean we hover when waves crash if we believe that he can get dove, it means we hover top to make sure if a wave is pushing towards Garen that we can push the lane so he can't freeze. It means we try to kill the Garen in any type of, let's say like the wave is right here right now and Garen is right here, right? Then we actually have a good angle of trying to get on top of him. So there's a lot of different ways to do that. One of the bigger ones is if we have to play through split pushing, what objective is the most important in the game? If we want to play side lanes. Baron? No. It spawns earlier is a tip. It spawns a lot earlier. Grubs. And how many grubs did we manage to get this game because we decided to go for Dragon instead? Because we decided to play for bot lane. Ah, yeah. We got 1 and they got 5, but we got a dragon. So now we are forced, for us to win at this point, we are forced to play for soul. Which means that the game is gonna go long, and we're gonna get forced into team fights. I'm playing League while you play chess. It's a strategy game. League of Legends can in many ways be looked at like a chess game. You get to do a move, then they get to do a counter move. So you don't want to do any bad moves. Isn't that the guy who uses scripts? Who? Raylaw. Who is using scripts? The person we're watching? I don't think so. Don't think Mr. Grok is scripting. Tryndamere died in the 1v1. We're up here too late. We do at least get a kill, but no Tryndamere assist. We use both summoners for us to get a kill. And we die... Nope, we are both fine. Lucian, no? Sir Nicholson? Why would you say he scripts? I have seen no proof of that whatsoever. This is a diamond game, so I would be surprised if there's diamond scripters. It took 15 minutes, but the bot is finally playing through mid and top lane. Is it too late at this point to do this? Because we're doing it after laning phase is over. Like, as everything, it's better late than never, but I do think it's too late. Scripting is basically dead in League of Legends since Vanguard was released. So I don't really think people are scripting. I think it's extremely hard to actually have scripts working and extremely expensive as well. It's a good kill down here. Happy to see we play through side lane down here. Then we should instantly have went top side instead of going mid. But better late than never, like, you see this, right? After we got the kill down here, we should instantly run top lane, but we would run mid lane to make a play mid lane again. We buy all the right components, that's good. Yeah, you're waiting for Berserker Greaves. I would do that as well. Nothing is going on the map. I'm fine with you waiting 30 gold. Let's see, what do you run? Not mid lane, hopefully. I don't like this ward whatsoever. Bit cautious from roaming a lot because a lot of my just spamming me. It's because you roam at bad times. All the windows you had right here was Lathyrus just farming on the turret while you're just looking at her. She did not need you at any point there. But if you roam as the wave is pushing away from her so she can't hit the wave, then it's a really bad roam. So you shouldn't be afraid of roaming, you should be afraid of roaming at the wrong time. Finally playing through side lane, by the way, and it's so easy. Killed Lucian twice now with Katarina. It's so easy. If we just keep doing that, we're gonna guaranteed win this game, even though we started doing it quite late. Diego didn't get his ult off, but it's also just... Why is this not a good idea? What information do we have on the map that tell us this is a good idea? I'm not going forward until I get an answer, by the way. I'm not gonna give the answers. We have no idea where the others are, that's correct. What about our own team? Hint, hint. When is it good to take a fight and when is it bad to take a fight when we are playing with split pushers? Saya is indeed too far away as well. The waves. Normally, when you play with split pushers, you will try to force some type of fight where you don't really lose anyone, but you are able to take a bite on the other side of the map. Is Tryndamere able to take a bite on the other side of the map right now? Tryndamere is indeed not pushing yet, so there's no pressure, meaning that right now, they can be 5 people at Dragon, because no one needs to defend top lane, because Tryndamere is so far away from top lane that there's no reason for them to be top. With that in mind, we know they're probably just going to be bot side around Dragon, because Amumu's not going to go this far up alone. Because why would he? What is he going to gain from that? We always have to make the assumption that the enemy team do not make mistakes, they're playing the game correctly, because if we start assuming, oh, he's making a mistake, we end up getting caught into a situation where we end up being the ones making a mistake because we assume they make mistakes. I want you all to have 2 different mindsets when it comes to your teams. Enemy team never makes mistakes, always assume they play the game correctly. Your team always assume they play incorrectly, don't expect them to play correctly. Play around whatever they decide to do, whether it's correct or not, because we are support and it's better to do the wrong thing together than the right thing alone. But we should always communicate intent. Do we think this is a good idea? If we don't think this is a good idea, we probably shouldn't be doing it. But yeah, so we could lose, what, 2-3 members here. We lose the Dragon. Tryndamere doesn't get anything. And the entire lead we had built the last 5 minutes is now gone. Why did this go so fucking wrong? What was the game plan? What did we need to do every time before we decided to go for teamfight? What was rule number 1 of our game plan in this game? No, our game plan was not wait for push. What was our game plan? What did we need to do before we decide ever for team fights? What had we been doing correctly in the last 5 minutes that we did not do this time? Picks. We did not play through side lane to get a pick before we decided to go for a fight. Correct. Why did we suddenly change what was working for us and opted into starting to team fight for no reason? Different question here with warding. Is this ward good? It's a very leading question, chat, just so you know. Is this ward a good, chat? When we know they are stronger in teamfights, we do not play for drakes, or how do we play for drakes? We play through side lane, we get a pick before we do anything? Why can I join the classroom? The classroom is in session right here, Sumina. Needs to be deeper when Trin is so far up. Exactly. When can we ward deep? When are we allowed to do that? What do we need to do before we are allowed to ward deep? That has been done right here in this game. You either kill someone or you poke them to the point where they have to reset. Push waves, exactly. When the minion wave is up here, how deep are we allowed to ward now? Do we still have to ward behind us? Or were we actually allowed to ward around here without being caught? Because we know we have minion waves up this. Like this far up. Again, very leading question, I know. I'm not gonna go forward until we get to the bottom of this, by the way. As silly as it might be, getting to actually interact with the chat this way, where chat has to sit and write out the answers, is the best way to remember this for the future. The same logic as in when you're sitting in that classroom and you're forced to write notes down, because the notes makes your brain remember things a lot more, even if you never read the notes in the future. By typing it down, it makes it so much more obvious for you for the future. So I'm not gonna go forward until we have the question answered. I am doing this to help you all. What further up around the blue buff where we have more vision? With the exact same idea as we did with this ward, right? When we have this ward, do we want to have a ward here? I'm gonna answer your question when my question has been answered, Samina, because it's a good one, and you are theoretically correct, but there's a lot to it here. The question is, do we need to have a ward in here when we have a ward here? You're still not answering the question. Do we need a ward in here when we have a ward here? No, by the way. If we don't need a ward in here, why did we need a ward up here? The correct answer is no, by the way. Let me follow up that with this question. even if we ward here, will that ward allow Tryndamere to hit the tower? Thank you so much, the Oven Reactor, for the tier 1 sub. No, I have to go deeper. Ward deeper. Even if you ward deeper, will that ward allow Tryndamere to hit the tower? This is a trick question, guys. We need to ward Blue Brush. If the Blue Brush is warded, can he hit the tower? It is a trick question. Think a bit about it. Let me put it like this. Let's say we have a ward right here. Will he be able to hit the tower? Yes? No. Okay. This is actually awesome, because this is obviously something that a lot of you guys don't understand. So this is really gonna help all of you a lot. When a person split pushes, why is he allowed to split push? Like, why can he move up and before? What can we do to force an isolated 1v1 between the Garen and the Tryndamere? Is the wards enough to make a guaranteed 1v1? Or do we actually need to make sure the other 4 people, Amumu, Lucian, Seraphine, Senna, has to be on the other side of the map because we are pressuring down there? Normally we do that with, let's say, a dragon spawning, because with a dragon spawning, Garen still has to stay top lane to defend against Tryndamere, but the other 4 people want to play for the dragon. How do we make the other 4 people not go topside when there's no dragon up? Yeah, easy clap, exactly. Tryndamere should not even be topside. Why should Tryndamere not be topside? Do we want to have 4 people going bot lane out slash? What objectives are up on the map right now? Can we play for objective out slash? How do we play for objective? Kata can be bot lane with TP up. Does Katarina win the isolated 1v1? How do we make her have an isolated 1v1? 1-3-1. But do they need to match the 1-3-1? So as much as you can go 1-3-1, do they need to match that 1-3-1 to actually crash the waves? Or can Seraphine 1v3 mid lane because she can just throw out her Q with a long range without interacting with any of you and still wave clear? So the correct play here is what exactly, chat? What do we need to do to be able to, let's say, get Baron here? Four top, 1 bot. Who's gonna push out mid lane then? Easy clap. Won't they just push out our mid lane then and get full control over the map through mid lane? The minions, so they are also not gonna send anyone mid lane. Is that the idea here? Tryndamere being top kinda makes it hard to do a correct play. But wouldn't you rather have the person with TP bot side? So we could have Katarina either split push if no one shows up bot lane, but if we go, if there suddenly is a fight, then we can TP into the fight. Do we actually need to commit 3 people mid lane? Or should we do the secret of Trunda top, Saya mid, Katarina bot, bot echo roaming between lanes, depending on where we need to be able to catch out a person? I end up fucking answering this question. Oh, you're very far behind in the QLCS, Evie. Can they not force Baron then? Why? The bot and the echo is freely moving around the map. Katarina can TP from bot lane. Saya is farming mid lane. Tryndamere is farming top lane. How do they start Baron in that situation? Where am I in the queue? I think 3-4 people besides you have already mentioned they wanted to go Overwatch. The Baron is good, the fight afterwards is not. I can guarantee I'm gonna do 5-out reviews LCS EV. There's no such thing. As me doing this free, there's no one that can just say I claim something. I get to decide. I'm doing this for free. And I'm doing it as long as I want to. I'm sorry. I don't know any one of you guys anything to the degree where you can say I claim something. You can't do that. The only way... Why did this work, chat? You are indeed watching me. But you will learn a lot from watching this game, because this is your elo. As much as I know you're a low master player, this is like a Diamond 1 game, so it's your elo. Mr. LCS Eevee. Why did the Baron work? Because we had a long talk about all of this, and all of you answered incorrectly, which I found kind of funny. Garen was dead. No, Garen is not dead. Garen is alive. But Garen was pushed out. Pay attention to what we do here, right? We push mid lane. We push top lane. Katarina rotates bot side so she can TP if needed. And the rest of us go Baron now. Why can we go Baron? Exactly. Because we have pushed out all the lanes and we have control over the river. We also know they don't really have any vision at around Baron because they have never pushed that far up. Fight afterwards here is always bad, by the way. Lucian decides to TP in front of Katarina, which is amazing. Why is the fight bad here, though? Let me rephrase that. What the fuck are we fighting for? What do we gain by taking this fight? Baron was highway robbery? Needed to get out ASAP? Nothing, yeah. Why do we not get anything? What did we do correctly before so we were able to take the Baron, but we haven't done correctly now? Assertion of dominance? It certainly is. How much gold are we sitting on right now? We We're pretty much sitting at 5,000 unspent gold. Pointing this out because it's the bard player that decided to go for this play. Which is why it's super relevant to go through. Garen is fucking up here by being up here, so now we get that free tier 2. Since you're in theory behind, since we have not spent anything exactly. We need to try to minimize the point where we play with our emotions. You would do the same? It's because you're low master. We need to stop this thought process. This is you guys. You guys are the eyes. And you instantly see a champ. What happens when you see the champion? The monkey brain gets activated and say, me see champion, me go kill champion. We need to not do that. If we don't have to kill the champion to win the game, we shouldn't try to chase the champion. Okay? It's a strategy game. Play it like it's a strategy game. It's not a fighting game. You don't win by killing them. You win by killing the towers. You win by killing the minions. You win by getting more experience. We ain't playing a fighting game. It is in bronze. No, it's not. That's why when you put a challenger player into bronze, he instantly wins just through macro, by making the right decisions, by being at the right places. By saying it is in bronze is just an excuse to say that's why you are bronze. It's not a good excuse, and it's not true. I know you made a joke, but we need to slam down on this shit. Goodman, don't let me fast. This is the second time we engage on a Momo while we don't have a Sire close. We need to stop engaging when we don't have our AD carry close. We get 2 kills and we're all forced to reset. What is worth more? A tier 2 tower or 2 kills? What gives you the most gold? What gives you the most tempo? Depends. No, it doesn't. It's like saying 2 plus 2 is sometimes 4, but also sometimes 3. It depends. No, it doesn't. There's a right and a wrong here. What gives you the most gold and the most tempo? Killing 2 champions and then having to reset, or killing the tower and just pushing forward without having to reset? How much gold does a tier 2 side-lane tower give? $600? No, it doesn't. Look, okay. I don't know why that idea is that it gives 600. Look at the gold here. What does it say? 50.1. 51 now. Is that 600? Is that 600? It also gives gold to the rest of the team, you know? It doesn't just give the local gold. The tier 2 turrets was buffed like 1 or 2 years ago to buff split pushes. So the tier 2 side lane turrets gives a megaton gold. It also gives tempo, because now we can ward deeper, which means we can take over the jungle, which means we can deny jungle camps. I thought you meant local gold. Did I ever say local gold? Did I ever say local gold? Or did I just ask how much gold does this tower give? Okay. Next question. We have now played through side lanes. We have killed all the towers. Now the game becomes very hard because we still know a direct 5v5 against the left team is very hard with the right team. How do we win the game now? What should be our next game plan now? How do we close out this game when we have an 8k gold lead? Let's put it up list like this. Should we A-ram, force fights for no reason, or B, should we wait for the Baron to spawn and do the exact same thing as we did before? Is Dragon Wind gone? Will the dragon give us any way closer to winning the game? Or do we just slow down the game, deny jungle camp, set up vision, and wait for Baron to spawn? Why would you play it? If you put too many people down there, you surrender vision, you surrender tempo, and you allow them to just free farm without taking anything away from them. Dragon doesn't get us closer to winning, so we don't need to go too far into it. Also, having the dragon remain on the map instead of taking it at some point will force the enemy team into a bad position where they think they might be able to take it, but because you have control over the map, it's easier for you to catch them out. Having the dragon stay up on the map will give you more control, will give you more chances to get picks than just killing it for no fucking reason. Who's the lucky student? All of you. This is the third time we engage on a Mumu. Is a Mumu the right target to engage on? Oh, true. Yeah, it is true. I know! Because look, now we all decided to play for Dragon. What happened topside? What happened topside? Because we decided to go for this play. Are we closer now to winning the game? Or are we further away from winning the game now? The student lost this game, yes. Mentally, yeah. Further away. You need to show. You're such a fucking pike player. Live Vader died 1v5, yeah. Meanwhile, they got a tier 2 turret because we did a very good play. A tier 2 bounty turret. Which is worth like 1.3k gold, dude. Good job. We didn't do the wrong thing together. The bard is the one that initiated this play. Do we need to go back? Where is the rest of our team on this map right now? Before this play happens? Who is the one who's chasing this? Is it the team? Or is it the bard player? As much as we want to say we need to do the wrong thing together, who is initiating the wrong thing? Is it our teammates? Or is it our bard? Free kill? No. What did it cost though? Was it free? Was this kill free? Or did we end up giving them 1.5k gold in top lane? Yeah, Betchy. I want you to pay attention to this gold curve right now, right? Right now, we are 7.5k gold ahead. Did we grow our gold lead from this? Or did we lose a top lane turret and we lost a lot of golden experience and lost a lot of tempo? Was this play in fact free? Or did it come with a price 30 seconds after you got the kill? Because you did a bad tempo play. Exactly. For Drake that don't get you closer to winning the game. No, blue side has objective bounties. That's why the objective bounties is blue colored. And the objective bounties are showing on the red towers. Are we playing correctly now? Should we play towards Trindamir's lane? Or should we play away from Trindamir's lane? Away, away. We need to go bot lane. We do. Do you remember when I asked you about point A or point B, what the correct rate was between A ramming or playing side lanes, denying jungle camps until Baron spawns? What decision did we decide to go for here? Point A or point B? It's like, it is, completely. That's weird, Protofo. But don't you just have ad blocker? We should 1-3-1 trading wave for... So I keep hearing you say 1-3-1. A lot of you guys have mentioned this. Does that mean you want Tryndamere to be top lane, you want Katarina to be bot lane, and you want the Echo, Sire, and Bard to stay mid lane? Or, and hear me out, 1-1-1-2 is better. I never hear anyone talk about this. Do you guys understand what 1-1-1-2 is? 1-1-1-2 is Tryndamere's top lane, Sire's mid lane, Katarina's bot lane, and the Bard and the Echo is running between the lanes. Making sure to set up the vision, what the vision is, and making sure that if ever only one person show up while we see other people, we can catch them out instantly. Which one do you think is better? The 1-3-1, when we don't have Baron buff, where Seraphine can match... Like, Seraphine can be one person mid lane and match the 3 people and still win. We have just talked about, we don't win by forcing fights, like 5v5s. We win by playing through side lanes. So which one gets us closer to our objective of winning this game? Tryndamere is now bot lane. We should be going Baron since we see 2 people instantly bot. Fuck, eat into the wall. We decided to end instead. Baron or fight randomly in the jungle. Well, this is the start to the end now. We fucked up macro-wise. You would have done the same, I know. You would have done the exact same LCS, Evie. There is no 50-50 smite. Look, I'm gonna do this for you. How is it a 50-50 if they don't have vision and the person that can ward is bot lane? This is not a 50-50. That's just an Echo that's ending top side while we knew 2 people were bot side and we should have done Baron. That is not a 50-50. in any way. It's as secure as the other Baron we did earlier. Falling this way would have been way better. But yeah, game is over now. Sadly. This is why I hate objective bounties, because objective bounties are too strong. The entire gold lead is gone, and they could still have killed one more tower to get even more objective bounty. Pick through side lane. We know the game plan. It worked earlier. We just kind of forgot about it and decided to start A-ramming. Oh no. We didn't do it correctly the first 15 minutes, then we did it correctly for like 10 minutes, and then we stopped doing it again. And I don't understand why. Do we win this fight? Did he give us any numbers or any like showcases, or did he just talk a fuck ton? If it's not written down, aka in like a patch note thingy, then it's cheap talk. It doesn't necessarily go into the game. This game is over. Like, it's just him sitting and talking about his thoughts and what they think about and what not think about, then I don't care. If it's something that's represented as patch notes or a blog post of, you know, like the preseason changes used to be in, then I'm super interested in it, because then it's kind of locked in for what they wanted. They started A-ramming, and they continued to do it, and they lost the game. Because they stopped playing through side lanes, and they played into the 4v4. We have a 1v1 up here, and then we just decide to play for the third dragon that doesn't get any of the teams closer to winning, while they have Baron, and the initiator was once again the bot player. Got some fun shields. I am happy Zen and Seraphine are getting nerfed. Look at how low HP she is, by the way, 600 HP. This is a shield that's like 1500. GG. Yeah, that's just a W healing as well. And then we have the Senna shield. And Katarina's jumping in and she's like, why am I not doing damage? Where is my damage? Serpent's Fang would not do shit. That item is so useless. Let me put it like this, right? How much does Serpent Fang reduce shields? 30, 40, 50%? Even if it's 50%, then they still shield it for 750 per person. Then they still shield it for 750, which her abilities don't even do that much damage, dude. Her combo doesn't do that much damage. And remember, she healed 500 with the healing reduction on her. She has healing reduction on her right now. And she still healed 500. This is why Senna Seraphine is getting nerfed, by the way. But yeah. Game over. It should drop tomorrow. It should go live tomorrow morning. On US at least. And that's why we love pikes, because heal doesn't matter. Well, you still have to get them down to the point where you can actually execute them right. If they shield, when they're 2000 HP and they instantly shield, then no damage is taken. Blitzcrank is better into these team comps, right? Or Renekton for that matter. Because they actually have shield destroying abilities. Would you mind reviewing me? I am Master Zero LP. You cannot skip the line. Thank you for the review, Coach Lathyrus. Really appreciate it. Hope you learned something on someone else. Who else wrote earlier that they wanted coaching? I did, but I don't think I'm next in queue. I think it was Protofo. Protofo was the first one, but he linked his OPGG instead of giving me any type of information, right? No, you did not, LCRCV. Fuck off. I believe it was Protofo. He just gave me the OPGG, which I couldn't use for a lot. You are here. Yes, I still need more information though. Game, name, hashtag, account, and server. You typed it. Yes, but it's so long ago. You need to type it again. I'm not gonna sit and scroll for 5 minutes, Protofo. Just type it. I am trying to help you here, so you should not be lazy. NA, good. Let's log on NA account. And I'm the lazy one? No, because I'm the one offering a service. Listen, if I was a store and you have to go to my store to buy the products, is the store the lazy person because the store is suddenly not bringing the fucking product to this man's door? Or is the person that's not willing to go to the store the lazy one? I'm doing this for free out of my time. Fuck you for calling me lazy, you cunt. When I'm sitting and helping people for free. Yeah, telling the mechanic to go get the car. Or he's lazy. Like fucking hell, dude. That's some entitled bullshit. Uh, 064. That's rough. $19-minute game. That's just gonna be laning phase. Flowers, obviously. I'll be a flower store. The oven reactor. I'm gonna wait 3 minutes then. Right, this was the dude that keeps jumping between Grandmaster and Challenger but can't stay. We're gonna wait. Hey, yo. Guess the session was no longer free, huh? Lonely but happy. If this dude got 3 minutes of ads, the session is no longer free, I guess. You're based off Twitch apparently. Sometimes people just get chain stunned by ads for whatever reason. It kind of sucks. Reminder to everyone: if you do want to give something in return, then you can decide to play Call of Dragons and do some of the steps to actually give me money, and that only costs your time. I don't think I ever get ads, but I also use ad blocker, so. I also use ad blocker. Now we just sit here awkwardly and wait for him to no longer have ads. What do you think about symbiotic boots and bark? They can work. They're cheap boots now compared to any other boots. I use uBlock Origin with Chrome browser and I never get ads. That's a bit weird. I can go. How lucky I am. Okay, so we haven't taken any control over the lane. So the first assumption here is that they can be in here. Now we see a Mumu, so we know that's not the case anymore. But until then, we first interlane with Miniwave. You can't block Twitch ads? I block Twitch ads easily. I don't get ads. uBlock Origin is winning. At least on my side. But it might also be a nationality thing that there's not a lot of ads in Denmark. It's gonna be shit, Darkin. Heartsteel Rush used to be good before we lost 200 gold. This is bad trading. Can someone tell me why that was bad trading? Because initially it looks good, but why is it bad? What happens when we waste our ability to poke with? You lose all pressure. No, you don't trade for HP. If you waste a cooldown, what can you know? Now it's their time to do something, right? So there's nothing you can do. You don't have your Meep, you don't have your Q, so you have auto attacks that do 40 damage. And Mumu has 2 stuns up now. You never use your Q unless it's because they're going on you. Then you use it. Because now you're gonna die. You're gonna die because you wasted your Q. And now the lane is over, and the game is over. All tying down to not a good trading pattern in level 1, right? Draven has lifesteal? Draven does not have lifesteal. It's level 1, dude. Unless you're sitting and counting like, what, the 3% from the fucking Doran's blade. But yeah, the game is basically over from this point already. Because of a bad level 1 Master Protofo. Doran's blade is not OP, it was just nerfed. It's actually probably the worst Doran's item in the game right now. Both Doran's shield and Doran's ring have more efficiency than Doran's blade. Why is this bad? Why is this not a good idea? Midwave, sure. There's something more. There's something even more that you guys have not seen yet. We're fighting for the camp. Can Briar actually get this camp? Does she have any tools to execute the camp? You can't see? Oh, right, okay. Briar does not have smite. She doesn't have smite. She can't get the camp no matter what. Bot lane is also coming for base, obviously, so they're gonna come here as well. And there's no prior mid lane. But you can't even play for the camp when you don't have smite. We also have to assume that Kindred does have smite, because he's only killed 2 camps. So you're playing for jungle, where she has smite, Briar does not have smite. You have no prior mid lane, no prior bot lane, and an enemy bot lane running directly to you with items. 1 camp is 4 CS, yeah. So Kindred did 2 camps while Briar did 3 camps. Because Briar used one of her smites, so she was a bit faster. But it is bot lane's fault. Easy clap. It's bot lane's fault that they lost 2v2. It's bot lane's fault that their bot lane has prio. It's bot lane's fault that Kindred was able to invade like this earlier, which fucked the Briar. It's bot lane's fault that Briar kinda had to go invade this side over here because the Kindred took some camps from the Briar. That's all bot lane's fault. It is bot lane diff. It's not Briar diff. It's bot lane diff. Whose blue buff do you think this is? Is it Briar blue buff? Or is it Kindred's own blue buff? This is why we invaded. Because she took our fucking camp. But we can't invade because we already died to be 2 bot lane, so we have no prio. It's only one lane's fault, and it's fucking bot lane. Briar's game is over because of bot lane. So yeah, it is bot lane diff. Because Kindred is so agile, right? So, it's a 50-50 between which Scuttlecrab that gets the mark though, right? There's no way to manipulate it. So there's a bit of RNG or luck base in there. Like whether it's bot lane Scuttle or top lane Scuttle. Are we watching a mover? Nope, we're watching the Bard player. That's still level 1. 5 minutes into this game. It's not looking too hot for you, Protofo. But it's all just tying down to your level 1 Q. That lost you the game. 1 decision, level 1. There's not really a reason to go through a lot more of the bot, by the way. He's not ending. He wasn't unlucky. He made 1 decision. He's a Grandmaster. So these players are very good at abusing 1 mistake to the point why he no longer can play the game because of that. The mistake he did was this. He used his Q. And because he used his Q, now Draven and Amumu can ignore the minion wave and just run at them. Which they do, and then they die. Mark spawn is random, but it's like guaranteed the first spawn is always gonna be Scuttlecrab. Just don't know which one. So this is... It wasn't int. Because he didn't try to lose on purpose, obviously. He made 1 mistake, and that 1 mistake is just gonna snowball the entire game. It's just unlucky he made the mistake level 1. Because now he can't play anymore. Protofo, there's legitimately not a lot more to watch in this VOD. Because your game is over from this point on. The best advice I can give you, Protofo, is this, okay? You need to treat League of Legends like it's a chess game or a turn-based game. If you make a move, it's the enemy team's... enemy team will have the next move then. So if you make a bad move, they will instantly punish you. Meaning that it's better for you to not make a move, so they also can make a move. When you're looking at this lane, their objective is to kill you. Your objective is to not die and get out of the laning phase by being only like a few 100 gold behind. That's your objective, right? You can try to start fighting level 6 when you can look to maybe ult the Draven and the nice stacks. But up until level 6 you don't do anything. You let them push into you constantly. You just farm on the turret. You're gonna lose like 2 to 3 platings. But that's a lot better than giving kills over. If you do that, you're gonna automatically be stronger than them in mid game, even though they have more gold than you, because you have more tools to work with than they do. So right now, because you did your Q, it kind of tells me that you're in the mindset of, for you to win the game, you have to win laning phase. But you're playing Bard. Bard's win condition is just going even, because he is by far the strongest support champion when you go into mid game. I don't think there's any support in the game that has more impact than a Bard player from the 15 to like the 22-minute mark. At this point, on first item, I don't think there's a support champion that has more impact than Bard. If you play correctly, of course. So your job is just to get to this point without being too far behind. Then you instantly win in this during this duration. Mate, you have the purple rank. All you do is take L's. All you do is take L's. Shut up. You're not gonna sit and say, okay, man. You have to get fucking. We have to push down your arrogancy, okay? Anyone wants to get about? You deserve that shot. He did. That's his own fault. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Maybe you don't want to go over bots. Maybe you want to talk about warding. Maybe there's something completely different you want to talk about. I'm just trying to learn better so I can stay. That's fair. You need to learn to be consistent, Protofo, which means that you need to learn not to make mistakes. If you minimize your mistakes, what people are very good at is abusing mistakes. They're not very good at setting you up to make a mistake. So if you just don't make mistakes, then they won't be very good at punishing you or setting you up to make mistakes. And since you're playing a champion that do not need to win the lane to win the game, it's very easy for you to just have that mindset, that mentality. If I don't make mistakes, I'm realistically gonna win 60% of my games. I'm doing good, Giant Bender. I don't want to play League of Legends, I'm just teaching a bit right now. I don't buy control wards. Doesn't mean that you never should buy control wards, but I don't think they're worth the gold they cost. I don't want to sit and watch Smurf content. That's kind of the reason Bard doesn't have high win in any elo right now. In many ways, Bard is... I don't think Bard has ever been as weak as he is right now. Bard does not have a good win rate in any elo. No matter how high we go, Bard has a bad win rate. Bard is not good right now. Just to be completely honest with all of you. Bard is not good. I could just go look for that. Do you guys want a video about warding for free? Let's see if I can find it. I don't know how far down it is though. Guess I can just share that instead of talking about it. You're playing Master MMR? It's still a Smurf account. ClassRoom for Able, concepts in QA. It's not the warding. Gate support review. Tender bot review. Warding and roaming and some QA. Nice, here it is. Hope they buff Bard? I don't think Bard needs a buff. I think Bard is weak because a lot of the champions he a lot of the champions in the game that he normally is good into, he's very bad into. Normally, Bart is really good into engage lanes, but he's struggling into engage lanes. Normally, Bart is quite good at punishing early game scalers, but he's also bad at that right now. So, with Warmonk getting nerfed, with Senna and Seraphine getting nerfed, I think Bart's win rate is automatically gonna go up. I think Bart is fine against mobile champions, the jerky. I think Bart is fine into mobile champions, I'm not gonna lie. You have 52% win rate in bronze, yeah. I think Bart you can have a high win rate no matter what elo you play in. Like, I don't think Bart is weak, I just also don't think Bart is very strong. What do I have here? 57% win rate or something? Yeah, 57. I don't think Bart is strong. I don't think Bart is weak. If I would put him in a tier list right now, he would probably be B tier. Right? There's a lot of champions that's better than him, but he can still kind of compete against them if he's built and played correctly. I just think normally Bart is a stat stick champion. And right now, he's very item reliant because they have nerfed a lot of his abilities, right? Bart used to have high base stats on his abilities, like mainly his passive, and they nerfed that. So now he's item reliant and he's time reliant a lot more. But I also think Bart was completely and utterly fucking broken in the last split, like the split 1 of the year. He was so bonkers that they probably over-nerfed him. They've done that before. And then they end up buffing his passive damage a bit up after some time when he's struggling a bit. And it would not be too surprising if they do that again, but I don't think they need to do that. I think they just need to nerf the other supports, and then Bart is automatically gonna come up again. Where is that freak video? Why he's League of Legends freak video.
What's up, fellow gamers? Freak here.